Hello everybody. Today we're talking about TikTok for business. My full name is Abdul Mukuba and I will be the pilot for this ride. So without getting further ado, let's talk about TikTok. I'm sure all of you have heard about TikTok. It's been here for a while and it's part of our mainstream. I'm sure even your phone has a version of TikTok. But this video is just to address business people who are wondering how best to use TikTok. Well, you know the history of TikTok, so I will not go to it, and I'll just help you with a little bit of introduction and how best it can work for your business. Whether you're selling products or service, TikTok is brilliant and wonderful for you. So you should know that TikTok has become a big part of every business right now. Unless you're selling something that is very unique or something that is very niche, TikTok would work for you. But if you're selling anything that is mass market or anything that moves quickly, TikTok is your solution. Right. So right now, as we speak, every business is jumping on TikTok businesses, especially TikTok Shop. In fact, the sales from TikTok Shop has exceeded what Facebook is doing, and Facebook is panicking. So that means you and your clients should be there marketing and pushing your products. So let's go to the numbers. How many users are on TikTok? Did you know there are 1.5 billion users, active users every month? 67% of TikTok users say they discover new products and services over there. 49% also say they have bought the products. Yes, the Gen Zs who are dancing on TikTok, the ones who are making it trends, are buying and selling products there. So what are the massive advantages of TikTok? So there are around 5. The reach is crazy. You don't have to have many followers to go viral. Even if you have 0 followers, the algorithm might pick up your video and boom, you've got thousands and thousands of views. There are low production costs. Videos that are highly prized on TikTok are the ones that are on the amateur nature. They're not like the ones for Instagram where you need an editor, you need a photographer, you need professionals. You and your phone can make a difference. There's democratized virality. Democratized. Well, anybody can blow up, any industry can blow up, anyone can blow up as long as it is entertaining. There's of late, this has been new, strong buyer intent. More people who are willing to spend money are on TikTok. And lastly, authenticity over polish. It's very easy to build trust on TikTok. So now I'm going to talk about optimizing your TikTok business profile. When somebody goes to your account, you only get one chance to get a first impression. So you want to make sure it is perfect. So this means having a great bio, which is short, and you're talking about the benefits you can offer your clients. You're going to show your website. You're going to show your strong profile picture. If you're a business, your logo works. If you're a consultant or a coach, a good headshot works. And you're going to pin your best videos, the videos that have been doing the best rounds and have the most engagement. And since I'm talking to businesses, you need to switch your profile account to a business account. How you do this, you'll go to your settings, your profile, your settings, manage account, and switch to business account. The benefit of doing this is you get analytics, industry category labels, website link in your bio, and lastly, access to the Twitter marketplace. Let's talk about the algorithm, the big bad algorithm. Nobody has figured this thing out, and I'll always keep saying that. There are many gurus, many experts say they know how it works, but it's only a few people in China who understand how the TikTok algorithm works. But through trial and error, this is what has been found out, just generally speaking. What makes your videos go viral, what makes your videos get more reach is if many people watch the video to the end. Number 2, if the same people watch your video twice or 3 times through replays. Another thing is if more people watch 75% of your video, there is plenty of engagement in terms of likes, comments, shares, saves. If you have proper caption keywords in your spoken text, and interests are also derived from user behavior. So here's a tip: if somebody sees your video more than once, comments or shares, you are assured it's gonna go viral or it'll be spread to more people. So what type of content should you post? There are several things you can post to make your stuff pop up or make it more interesting, even if you're in a boring industry or you're selling boring products or B2B items. You can talk about educational. This is where you teach something about your business or service, your product or service, how it works. Like, for example, if you're an accountant, you can teach people on ways of saving money by finding tax write-offs. You can also post about behind the scenes, where people are seen in your office or in your warehouse, how they make the products, or people in the office, how they're working. You can also do product demonstrations. This shows people how your product works and how it'll be a solution to other people. Also, which is also similar to product demonstrations, is before and after. This is very good for the following industries: home cleaning, renovations, fitness, hair, and organizing. Another thing you can post is a day in the life, where you can document in a blog how your office day looks like, or how working in your warehouse is. You can do tutorials and how-to guides to teach your audience how to use your products and services. Like, for example, if you're a hair brand, you can tell people how to deep condition your hair in 3 different steps. Here's my favorite: posting testimonials or user-generated content. Get your clients to talk about your business, talk about how the product helped them, how your service helped them to solve a problem. And lastly, you can do point of views and trends. This is when you just jump on a trend and see how best to push your products. I want to focus on a little bit on trends. Trends are very good for virality. You're able to grow your business, or more people see your product, but you have to be very careful with what kind of trends. I would advise to avoid any political trend or anything that incenses or inflames the society. You can look for stuff that aligns with your message, can be adapted to your niche, and doesn't compromise your professionalism through humor, or maybe through over sexualization. And how is the best way to find trends? You can scroll and see what people are talking about. You can check the trending section on TikTok Creative. You can also look at tools like Trend Talk and Talkboard. These help you find out what's trending, which has the most views, and how best to position and place yourself. So let's talk about posting strategy. This is timing, frequency, and consistency. The first question I always get asked by people is, how often should I post? Should I post daily? Should I post weekly? Should I post monthly? But as a new channel, I would advise to post once or twice a day for the next 30 days. That seems a lot, yes, I know, but it gives you time to see what you're comfortable making. It gives the algorithm time to see what works for your business and how to push your things better. And then once you have a bit of data, you can go to 3 or 4 times a week. When should you post? That's also a very good question, but there is no perfect time, because you don't know, as of yet, you don't know when and where your customers access the app. But ideally, generally speaking, lunchtime is best, and just before they go to bed. So that means between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's when people are most idle, they're scrolling, they're waiting for you. And lastly, how long should your video be? Your video should be, ideally, since it's TikTok, it has to be very short. So let's say 7 to 15 seconds. This really performs well, especially for new TikTok accounts. But if you have a bigger following or some following, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, but avoid doing something that is crazy long, because very few people will watch it. And another thing I'd like to talk about is hashtag and caption strategy. I already talked about hashtags before in one of my videos. You can find them if you scroll, check on my past feed. So hashtags are not the magic bullet that they used to be in the past. and they don't help you grow as viral as they used to. But ideally, you need 3 to 5 hashtags that is relevant to the post and your business, 2 that are niche specific, and 1 that is broad. You should avoid putting too many hashtags. Like, keep it to, don't go 10 hashtags, just keep it to 3 to 5, and use searchable natural language hashtags that people are easy to see and easy to find. Like, for example, hashtag only your skincare routine, TikTok skincare if you're a brand that deals with skincare. Another thing about captions. Captions are how your video will be indexed by TikTok. So this should be about keywords that are relevant to your business. It should have a hook that people can respond to. It should be short, and it should also include keywords like I said. For example, if you're an AC company, a car AC, you should ask, is your AC working? And another thing is, if you're teaching about how to grow your business, it would be like how to grow orders from 3 orders a week to 50 in a week using a content strategy. So captions do work and help the TikTok algorithm find your content. Let's talk about TikTok SEO, TikTok search engine optimization, and the rise of in-app search. Search engine optimization basically came from Google and how Google ranks websites to appear on the search page. So for TikTok SEO, it means how to rank your videos to appear higher when people are searching for your products or services. Did you know the younger generation search more on apps than on Google? Yes, Gen Zs and the other generation that I've forgotten the name, 51% of them are using TikTok to search for products. So that means they search queries like best coffee shop around an area, how to start an online business, budgeting home, deco ideas. So you'd want your videos to rank higher than everybody else, and people can see your content more than the others. So for you to do this, to optimize your videos for TikTok search, you need to include keywords in your script, caption, and on-screen text. You should say out keywords aloud and enunciate clearly so that the TikTok AI can transcribe your audio properly. Use relevant hashtags, like I said, 3 or 5, and make the first 3 seconds of your video very hyper relevant. Don't waste time, just speak directly. For example, if you're a travel company, you'd look for things like family-friendly trips in certain area. Use hashtags of this specific area, like for example, hashtag Diani, hashtag New York, and hoping you'll appear higher on the search ads. I'd like to address paid ads on TikTok. TikTok also gives you a chance to boost your performance by investing money on TikTok. There is an organic way, a quick way of boosting your ads by using TikTok Manager, where you can deposit a few dollars and then push your videos quickly. But on the flip side is also the TikTok Ad Manager, which helps you do the same but in a more professional and more controlled manner. To get started with TikTok Ad Manager, go to your account, create an account with TikTok Ad Manager, choose an objective, either traffic, conversion, or leads, select your audience, country, gender, age, interest, upload your video, and your budgets. There are 5 types of TikTok ads: in-feed ads, spark ads, lead gen ads, top view ads, and branded effect ads. So the best ones for promoting content is using spark ads. You look for a video that is performing really well and you can boost it. Lead gen ads are for if you're looking for leads for your business and for your company. And in-feed ads are best for promoting e-commerce businesses or dropshipping services. Let's talk about working with influencers. TikTok has been known for getting influencers, and that's where I think the biggest influencer market grew in TikTok, if I'm not wrong. And For you to find influencers, you want to avoid large celebrities and look for micro influencers who have between 1,000 to 50,000 followers. They normally outperform the bigger ones. This is because the audience is more engaged. You find the audience is more personal and relatable, and you get your objectives reached faster. So how do you find creators or influencers? Use TikTok Marketplace, use relevant hashtags, and DM follow celebrities that you know personally, and they'll obviously respond to you. So what are you looking for in a influencer? You're looking for consistent engagement in terms of likes, comments, shares. You're looking for an audience demographic that matches your target in terms of age, location, interests, and lastly, you're looking at the content style. What type of style does the influencer use in providing her videos? And when you're working for them, you should give them as much creative freedom as possible, but share your goals for your business. Encourage them to tell a story, not just to talk about your product. And lastly, use pack ads to boost their videos to get them as much reach as possible. TikTok is really well known for user engagement content. User generated content. This is where your customers and your clients talk about your products or service and how they help them grow from one point to the next, solving a problem they had. So you want to encourage your customers to do unboxing, show videos of before and after, give out testimonials, and if they're possible, tutorials of how to use the products. So how do you get people to provide their information for free, for their time, for the user generated content? Run giveaways, offer 10% discounts for the next purchase if they do a video. Encourage them just by asking them politely to tag us to get featured on your profile. So what makes a good UGC, which is user generated content? Raw footage from phones, real emotions and reactions, short and easy to understand. And you can repurpose the content to stitch several content from different clients to one long client, and then you can sponsor or post them on TikTok. We talked about content earlier, but now I'm going to talk about a content calendar. So with TikTok, what matters most is consistency, and this does not mean posting daily. No, it means following your strategy for your posting. Like, for example, here are 4 steps to ensure that your content strategy works for you. So number 1 is to choose your content pillars. The content pillars are the ones I mentioned earlier: educational, entertaining, and informational. So now, for example, if you're a skincare brand, you want content that focuses around product education. You want content that focuses around skincare myths. You want to focus on content on behind the scenes, and lastly, tutorials. Another example for a real estate agent is house tours, buyer tips, a day in the life of a real estate agent, client testimonials, and maybe trending real estate skits. So another thing you need to do, which is point number 2, is plan weekly themes. For example, Mondays you'll be posting an educational tip or a motivational tip. Tuesday you can be posting a client testimonial. Wednesday you can be posting a fun video, entertaining video. Thursday you can be doing day in the life, and Friday you can be talking about a story of how you help other people. Then a third point in your content calendar is batch recording. It's best to do everything on a day, like separate 2 to 3 hours for your week. Like for example, on the weekend when you're not so busy, you record 5 to 10 videos that you'll schedule to post during the week, and this helps you to be more organized and more planned, so you can know what's coming out during the course of the week or the course of the month. And lastly, point number 4 in your content calendar is engaging with the post. This is when Somebody likes, somebody comments, somebody shares. This is when you can respond to everything and make sure you're on top of everything. When somebody comments on your video, it's advisable to respond with another video on TikTok to increase the engagement. Right, so a thing we should also have a conversation about is analytics, how to track and improve your performance. The things that you'd be looking at in your analytics is the following metrics. Video views is how well your video was spread around. Watch time, the average watch time tells you about the content quality. Replays, if your video is replayed more than once, twice, it shows it has high interest and many people, and it is very relevant. Profile views, it tells you that more people are looking at your profile. Shares, this is highly valuable content, and that means your video is being spread around. And lastly, follower growth, that goes to show your brand is growing on TikTok. So TikTok allows all this with the in-depth analysis for every video shared on your profile. It can always be found on your TikTok studio where all this information is available. So for you to improve your growth on TikTok, look for the hook that works the best for you and use it again. Repurpose every video that is doing really, really well for you every 60 days and reshare it. Convert the best performing videos into Spark ads to get more following. So I'm going to talk about things to avoid, or rather mistakes most brands do on TikTok that you should avoid. Number one is confusing TikTok to other social media platforms like Instagram. TikTok is video first, Instagram is image first. TikTok does better with raw than polished materials. If it's unfiltered, it's going to work way better than a perfect post. Mistake number two is only promoting your product. Don't only promote your product. Don't just sell. Educate, entertain, and lastly, solve problems. Use the 80-20 rule. Sell only at 20% of the time. Mistake number three is inconsistent posting. TikTok rewards consistency. Use a content calendar to ensure that your posts are scheduled for the week, for the month. Another mistake I've seen brands do is ignoring comments. Always respond to your clients, respond to what people are saying. This boosts engagement and also helps you get clients. Mistake number 5 is not using new TikTok features. Every so often TikTok tries something new, and if you're one of the features in accounts, if you try to use the product, they will push your items. Lastly, I want to talk about your long-term strategy for TikTok. TikTok is not a thing for the month or for the year. This is something you'll be using for the next couple of years before something else comes out. So you should have a plan that will last you as long as your marketing campaign lasts. You're not aiming for viral moments, even though virality brings you more views. You're looking for ways of building your brand on the social media platform to grow sales. Because at the end of the day, you don't grow the brand on TikTok for nothing. You're growing brand so that you can get more sales. So things to ensure that your brand is sustainable on TikTok: recurring themes, personal stories, community engagement, series content, signature content style, so that people don't copy what you're doing, just have your own things. Right, and in conclusion, I hope these tips have helped you. I hope you've gotten 1 or 2 ideas to implement in your business and to grow your TikTok. TikTok is a powerful tool in 2025, and it's gonna take you from here where you are right now to the next level. So don't just post anything, post relevant material. And with that, I will say, get out of here. We are done.
What is it that you said at the end?
Get out of here.
Get out. Let's go.
Most welcome.
Yeah.